Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Perisno. Now, when we left off, we had just taken Lille from the likes of the Zan dynasty, and it wasn't that hot. Now, if you've been paying attention to any of the weather reports, then, of course, you may know that your country in particular is sweltering hot. Well, at least it is in Europe as of right now, so I have taken a little bit of time off, but yes, I really did not mean to. Every single day I was like, oh yes, we must be recording today, but then it turned out to be 30 plus degrees, which may not be that much for many of you, but I am not used to it. I am really not used to it, and right now I do believe it is about 29, so I'm not incredibly pleased about that, because being in a hot room with a hot PC, with no windows open to prevent any kind of audio loss and audio bleeding, of course, of the varying things that may actually happen in the atmosphere around us. Of course, that is going to cause a great deal of difficulty. So, let's see here. We actually have a couple of... oh, well. We have a couple of difficulties here, because, of course, we do have a Redwood Nation vassal actually attempting to fight 3 of the Zan dynasty vassals, by the looks of things, with 360 units. So, let's just see what they are going to be attempting to do. I'm thinking, oh, he's actually not going to attack us. Oh, that is Emperor Zan himself. Okay, well, that's rather worrying. Rather worrying indeed. So we do need to be a little bit careful about this, to be honest, because if they actually head back with all of their units, I have a bad feeling about this. Yes, I definitely do. So, this is... oh, hello. He's come back. This is rather strange. Okay. He's actually come back. Okay, wait a second. What we're going to do is we're just going to wait here a little bit and... okay, let's see. What kind of units does this fellow have? Black Warriors. Okay, so those guys, the Black Warriors, they are no doubt going to be the most powerful units that he has, because they do appear to be his unique units. I do not believe any of the other Zan dynasty vassals actually field those in their armies, so this is going to be a little bit tricky, isn't it? I would really appreciate it if he would actually attack Lille right now, but if he does not, then I feel like we may want to attack anyway, as we are, of course, as you see, running out of food. We only have 1 day remaining on that, which is actually going to be a very difficult thing to deal with. So, we're going to have to, well, make a choice. Making a choice is rather difficult when it comes to this kind of choice, because of course we are going to be fighting one of the most powerful units that the Zan dynasty has to offer. So, let us speak to Kara first off, improve her intelligence and first aid, and we will then also improve her shield skill. Why not? That will improve her survivability by a slight margin, which is of course something very good. Now, I do believe I missed out on actually getting more of these Elvery units, because I could have, according to you in the comments, I could have lost, let me see, what is it? I could have lost something. These Marauders, maybe? Maybe these Marauders, maybe something like these Machiavellian Spearmen, perhaps, or maybe some Vanquishers. I don't know. Some of them are actually really good, so I tend to just keep them, but yeah, I do believe that I could have lost a couple more units. Like, for example, this Caravan Guard. Kinda pointless. Kinda pointless to keep this guy if you can get these instead. Because these guys are the cream of the crop where it comes to the Elven units. So, let's just take a look. Where has Emperor Zan gone? I did not see... ah. Hello. He is running from us. Let us pursue him. Hello. Oh, yes. You have something that belongs to you. Oh, really? Oh, it does. Yes. It doesn't belong to you anymore. Thank you very much. Ooh. Should we just make peace? Should we... oh, wow. That would actually... okay, wait a second. We have to be rather careful here. I do not want to have to retreat from fighting this guy, but we could make peace with him, and then what would they do? They really wouldn't want to do anything, to be honest, and instead we could focus our efforts on someone else. Maybe? It's either... okay, so here's the thing. We have 2 options. We eliminate the Zan dynasty right now, and eliminate them completely from the game by, well, if we can take out Emperor Zan, then he is obviously going to be the strongest one, and if we can take him out, then the rest of his vassals will fall like dominoes, so we really do not need to worry about them. However, if we make peace with the Zan dynasty, then they have the opportunity to regain some power, and maybe, just maybe, take another town for themselves, which is going to be rather difficult to deal with if they are able to fully recuperate all of their armies. So I think you can probably tell what I'm leaning towards right here, and that is, we are going to be attacking him. Let's do it. We have 504 troops against his 203? Was it 203 or was it 283? No! I cannot believe I missed looking at that. That is pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Okay. Well, we're going to try our very best here. How much cavalry do we have? 55. That's actually pretty good. But what, may I ask, are the Black Warriors in his army? And wow, we actually took out one of those Swift Hunters already, which I gotta say is actually pretty impressive considering, you know me, I'm pretty bad at mounted combat and I haven't played this for a very long time indeed. So, we are going to be a little bit rusty. I gotta say, we're gonna be a little bit rusty. I'm being completely upfront here. Yes, rusty. Let's do this. Black Warriors do seem to be a variant of the Zan Kamikaze Warriors, which I have to admit is actually not that scary. As you can probably see, they don't seem to be doing too much damage. And we are obviously going to be doing as much damage as we can to these archers, because they are not being assaulted whatsoever. We did take out quite a few of their units so far, and maybe I should be a little bit more careful with where I am piloting, or should we say riding, our horse. Yes, piloting would indicate that it is some sort of mechanical creature, but no, not this time. I do remember back in Blood and Steel there were Alephs, and they were rather mechanical, so yes, you could say that you were piloting one of those. But not here, that is for sure. We are losing quite a few of our really good units against these fellows, but I do suppose that it is actually worth it, of course, to take out the leader of the Zan dynasty in such a swift and efficient manner. How can we say no to that? We cannot say no at all, can we? Oh yes. Okay, so, oh my goodness, wow, they actually do have a lot of these Black Warriors, but do bear in mind that they are actually falling before us very, very easily and quickly, and they don't even appear to be doing too much damage to our mount, and that is quite surprising to say the least. Oh, never mind, okay, that guy just did 54 damage, so I will take that back, thank you very much, yes. I do not actually want my mount to go down, so I'm thinking about getting off it very, very soon. Come on, take him out. There we go. Thank you very much. I'm actually going to get off right now because I feel like that's actually a little bit better. We're going to place our archers here as well just to make sure that they are within effective range. I do need to be careful. These guys are actually pretty good, so... Oh, I'm dead. Yep, that was a terrible idea. That was an absolutely terrible idea. And I definitely agree about that. Okay, so... yes. You know what happened? You know what happened? Yeah. I think you know what happened. Our units, our frontal assault units, decided that it would be a good idea to die or become unconscious just when we were about to charge in on foot, and we were left by ourselves. So yes, that is never a good thing, is it? So we have so far taken out 147 of their units, and we are currently suffering not too badly. We have taken out, well, we've lost about 63 of our own units, which is actually not that bad in comparison. And to take out the leader of an enemy faction, like I said previously, is a worthwhile endeavor, at least in my opinion. Although, I really should have realized that because he had a couple of assassins of Ral Dayun, which are, of course, incredible units with their assassin swords, assassin's blades, should I say? They are not to be trifled with, and we really should have taken note that they were going to be very powerful and very swift in assassinating us. That is what they do best, after all. Well, never mind. I believe we have actually succeeded, actually very easily as well. And there it is. Not too bad, if I do say so myself. And we only have one more unit remaining, one more enemy, and then that will be it. I do believe he is in this direction over here. There he is. He is actually one of those Swift Hunters, I do believe. So, yeah, there we go. A demon worshipper was able to get the kill, which is very good. 21 renown, and we only have 45 units remaining to take him out. We have 40% HP, which should easily, and I say easily in a very cautious manner, we should easily be able to take out these guys without dying. Please. Please, Striker. Please, Scout Striker Wilkins. Let us stay alive. Let us not get killed by the rabble that is now pursuing us, that is now being aggressive towards us by just charging straight on in there. I am actually unsure why they did that. They probably could have done quite a bit of damage if they had ranged units. Do they have ranged units? It doesn't appear as though they do right now. Oh, they do. They actually have a couple of bowmen that are able to do that, but it appears that most of them are actually infantry with some polearms, with some one-handed swords, and of course we are going to be taking out a couple of gladiators as well. Oh yes, look at this. Very nice indeed. Let's hopefully take quite a few of these guys prisoner as well, because goodness knows we are a slaver after all. Technically we are a slaver, and we are about to get some very, very valuable units. If we were able to take many of those black warriors prisoner, then that is going to be very, very good indeed. Wow, they are going to sell for so much if they are indeed the unique units of the leader of the enemy faction. I feel like that is definitely going to be a possibility. I am hopeful. I am very hopeful indeed. But there it is. We took out the 45 units without so much breaking a sweat. Yes, one of our units was taken out, and that was a brigand, which of course we don't really need to worry about. Unfortunately, he was able to escape, but no worries whatsoever, because as you see, we just gained 7 Bluewood Nobles. 7 Bluewood Nobles. That is really quite impressive. And of course we are going to be taking some Elvery Redwood Knights, some High Elf Wardens, some High Elf Sentinels. Are we serious? We are gaining so many good units right here. I cannot believe it. I really cannot. We have 7 spaces. This is really sad as well, because of course I would love to take all of them, but yes, we do have quite a few brigands, and one of you did state that that would be a good idea to swap them. So let's just take as many of the good units as we can, and then we'll see what we can actually take after that. Because, of course, I'm not really a big fan of the Drahara units unless they are the mercenary units, because I feel like they're really good. Sandstormers are actually really good as well, but yeah, I'm a little bit worried about using them too much. We get some Eagle Retainers here as well. Okay, so we're going to lose 10 brigands, I think. Are we going to lose 10 brigands? I think that might be a good idea. Let's just take a look. Where are they? There we are. Lose 10 brigands. Thank you very much. There we are. There's 10 of them all the way in there. And now we'll get some Tauranian Knights. Let's take a Sandstormer. Why not? And some Royal Riders. There we go. 1 Royal Rider at least. There's a Storm Rider. Not entirely sure about taking that. Demon Worshippers, Eagle Retainers, and we may try to take some Elvery Archers, to be honest. Should we? I actually don't know. Dismounted? No, that's okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll take some Elvery Archers. Why not? They become some very good units after all. And then we will fill our prisoner's hold with 22 Black Warriors and varieties, should I say. Oh yes, a very large amount of units. And I don't believe we're going to get anywhere close to 100 prisoners, but you never know. We may have some good luck. If we are able to get near to 100, then we might be able to catch the ransom broker at Lille. I do believe we were able to find one there previously, which is actually an incredible amount of luck on our side. And there's an Invader's Blade as well. Look at that. Invader's Blade? It's two-handed. Okay. Probably not going to be using that ever, but you never know. We might want to give that to Alden or something. Alden is actually a two-handed user. Yeah, let's actually see what he's using right now. Let's just see. Great Axe, 47 swing damage, well, technically cutting damage, and he has a bonus against shields. This has 44 cutting damage, and more reach. It has more reach but less speed. Okay, I think his Great Axe is actually better. I'm actually going to remove this Volhir sword from him, because that's absolutely pointless in my opinion, to keep him with that. And we could give him a new helm, but he doesn't really need it. What about these gloves? The same, that's okay. And yeah, he's using an okay horse as well. So yeah, we really don't need to exchange anything with him right now. And now we can actually level up a couple of our other units. Oh my goodness, we're getting some Machiavellian Black Knights or Machiavellian Knights of Steel. What do we want to get? Well, I think I'll get a Black Knight for now, and we'll see how well they do. We already have a Machiavellian Knight of Steel, as you can see, so hopefully that will pay off in the end. Do bear in mind that I also wanted to keep these Perisno nuns, because of course they were going to level up into some nun cavalry, and as far as I'm aware, they do level up into some excellent units eventually, but that is, of course, if they survive. If they survive, then that's great. Okay, so let's head into Lille, and we'll take a look to see if we can find any ransom broker. If there is a ransom broker, then I'm going to be exceedingly happy, but otherwise, I am not going to be too happy. Okay, I'm not too happy right now. Okay, that's fine. I'd like to hire some mercenaries. Yes, I definitely would, but unfortunately right now I do not have the space. So we're going to actually head on... Oh, wait a minute, where are we? Okay, so we're actually quite deep within Redwood territory. Not as deep as Fawn Iron, of course, but pretty deep, I gotta say. Okay, we're going to be heading on. We have a good amount of units right here. We've taken out the leader of the Zan dynasty. I actually wonder where they go after they are defeated. You would think that they just disappear from the map altogether, but he is the leader, so I doubt that is the case. But we'll see. We will no doubt see as time goes on. So, let's see here. Can I find a ransom broker? Limbard Knights. Tavern Shoppers. Okay. Well, we could potentially go to one of our cities that we actually have control over. If we are the lord of a particular town, then that is where we will find our constable, who, of course, is also able to... take our prisoners. Really? Whoa. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on here. The Redwood Nation has declared war against the Reformian Rebellion. Really? 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 Okay. That is quite strange, considering we did save one of their vassals from the likes of the Zan dynasty, and now it makes me kind of feel like I probably should have accepted, or at least proposed, a peace agreement with the Zan dynasty, because if they decide to head back towards us, then I think we're going to have a great deal of difficulty. However, as you may see in the chat box here, well, technically it's not a chat box, but the text box, many of the Zan dynasty vassals are actually being defeated. So, I'm a little bit worried about that. I'm a little bit worried. Who is defeating them? Hopefully not the Redwood Nation, otherwise we're going to be having a great deal of difficulty. And this also worries me. Sieging a town that the Redwood Nation has control over is almost a certain death sentence. Wouldn't you say? Because they have some excellent, and I mean excellent, ranged units. And I have a feeling that if we so desire to attack them, we're going to be in for some hurt. Some massive amounts of damage. But I still feel like doing it. I really do feel like doing it. Okay, we're going to do it. Let's go. Let's build some ladders. Oh my goodness, why am I doing this? This is crazy. Oh! Did you see that? Look at this. Lord Qinmin has renounced his allegiance to the Zan dynasty and has joined the Reformian Rebellion. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that. Wow, that is actually so impressive. I did not think that the Zan dynasty vassals would ever decide to join us in particular. Well, that is very positive. I like that. So, let us lead our soldiers in an assault, and we'll see what we can do. It is raining, however, so this is actually quite good for us, because, as you know, the Redwood Nation is exceedingly good at ranged combat, and hopefully the rain will cause them to be a little bit worse. I'm not actually very positive about this particular attack right here. So far, we are going to die. Yes, we are. I'm going to retreat. Before we lose any more units, I am seriously going to retreat. That is pointless. Really, that is very much pointless. I suppose what we could have done was probably done quite a bit of damage to them once we got into the battlements, but really, I think we would have to lose quite a few units to actually succeed at that, so I am quite worried about that, but nevertheless, yeah, we actually have a huge amount of money. Why do we have that much money? Wow, must be our prisoners, yes. The prisoners that we've been selling. Oh, I've actually forgotten how much money we had, but there it is. Okay. So, yeah, Alden was taken out almost immediately as well, so I'm a little bit worried about that, I gotta say, but... Okay. Hopefully, the Redwood Nation will not decide to siege Lille. That's probably the reason why they declared war against us, because of course they do want to take back their city that was originally theirs. So, okay. Hopefully I'll be able to find a ransom broker. That guy actually punched the air because he's really happy to see us. And that is appearing to be it, unfortunately. I'm going to ask this traveller to see whether we can find... Vinica? There is one at Vinica? Okay, so Vinica is incredibly close. So we're going to be heading over there and selling our prisoners very, very quickly indeed. Hopefully he will not move before I get there. Aha, hello. I want to sell all the prisoners for 27,000. Oh yes, thank you very much. And there's a Mosoro Warlord, which we do not currently require. And I do believe, without further ado, we are going to be ending this episode off here. Now, next time on Perisno, I am actually unsure where we are going to be heading next, because of course, we do have the option to take a couple of castles from the Redwood Nation, and that appears to actually be it, because the Kaikoth Confederation, they're not really doing much, and the Zan Dynasty are of course not doing much anymore either. They no longer have their leader to lead them into glory and greatness, so that is very good for us. I think Elsinore right now is going to be a little bit out of our comfort zone, so maybe we will go for Kalmar Castle, but otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.